The term value for money might not be as simple as it seems. In recent years, the term value for money has become very common, likely because a term slightly related to economics has entered everyday use among ordinary people. The performance to price ratio of a product is what value for money means. In mathematical terms, it's performance divided by price, essentially how much performance you get for every dollar spent. Terms like price performance, cost benefit, capability price, or cost performance are used. It is initially used more to measure the performance to price ratio of electronic products, but later its application expanded to other products and even services. Even when making the most ordinary purchases, consumers consider value for money. For example, when buying groceries, people calculate how much food they can buy with a certain amount of money. Someone might see that the vegetables at store A are slightly more expensive than those at store B, but of better quality, so they choose to buy from store A. Others might prioritize saving money and opt for the lower quality vegetables at store B. These decisions already incorporate the concept of value for money. Perhaps because of this, some people think the term value for money is redundant. As in Hong Kong, people commonly use phrases like "pang lang zhang," cheap, pretty, and good, or worth buying. In casual conversations, constantly using terms like value for money and CP value might sound strange, but those who overly reject value for money ignore two characteristics of language. First, using a noun to summarize a concept is common in academic and specialized fields. In contrast, using overly casual language in specific contexts can seem unprofessional and imprecise. For example, saying the newly developed rocket flies much faster versus the speed of the newly developed rocket has significantly increased are appropriate for different contexts. Second, Cantonese is known for being open, good at absorbing foreign words, and creating new terms. These characteristics keep Cantonese vibrant and able to adapt to a changing world. As the behavior of calculating performance and price becomes more integrated with consumption patterns and the concept solidifies, adding the term value for money is appropriate, and there's no need to generalize everything and focus on existing corresponding terms. However, the emergence of a concept term does not necessarily mean that those using the term fully understand the concept. That's a different matter. Despite the frequent mention of value for money, there are now cases where the true value for money is being overlooked. Early May marked China's May Day Golden Week holiday, with many mainland tourists traveling south to Hong Kong. One notable phenomenon was that many tourists did not stay in hotels or guest houses, but instead spent the night in fast food chains. A decade ago, people were already paying attention to the homeless spending nights in fast food restaurants, calling them refugees. Unexpectedly, mainland tourists, known for their lavish spending, have now mutated what they call budget travel special forces, sleeping on tables and chairs under dim lights in McDonald's, forming a spectacular horizon. Staying overnight at McDonald's for free is not a new practice. In December 2023, a mainland tourist shared her experience of staying at Hong Kong McDonald's on TikTok, claiming, "It's not that we can't afford hostels, but McDonald's offers better value for money." Perhaps through social media, mainland compatriots have demonstrated the excellent national trait of spreading information from 1 to 10 and 10 to 100, turning Hong Kong's McDonald's into a hub of budget travelers. Staying overnight at McDonald's incurs no cost, with the price being zero. Even if you buy a drink to occupy a seat, it's still cheap. As for performance, which here refers to the services received and satisfaction, it varies from person to person. On May 9, 2024, a Hong Kong media, Hong Kong 01, reported on a mainland woman who shared her Hong Kong experience on China's social media, Red Note. She claimed to have stayed overnight at a McDonald's near Lan Kwai Fong during the May Day holiday. During her stay, a male tourist from the mainland approached her and asked about her personal information, behaving suspiciously. She and her friend left, but then they encountered a drunkard on the street who harassed them, making her feel offended. she advised tourists to avoid staying overnight at McDonald's, especially if traveling with only female. From this, we can see that staying overnight in public places like McDonald's, although it incurs no monetary costs, comes with other costs, including the risk of personal safety and harassment mentioned on Red Note. Those who say staying overnight at McDonald's offer good value for money simply ignore the risks of rough sleeping, the cost of rough sleeping, or the performance not meeting expectations, and fail to consider the safety provided by staying in hotels or guest houses, the performance of staying in accommodations. Since the calculation process severely overlooks important factors, the final value for money calculation is greatly skewed. The mistake lies in focusing on price but not performance, where anything that is cheap is considered to have high value for money. Explaining consumption in the simplest terms, it's about paying a cost to gain a benefit. What needs to be considered is the scope of what is included in cost and benefit. Nowadays, when making smart consumption choices, people consider not only personal satisfaction and monetary costs, but also the externalities of consumption. For example, fast fashion is popular in online shopping, where consumers seem to get the thrill of fashion at a low price. First, many items are worn only a few times or even once, and some are returned due to unexpected styles or sizes, resulting in waste. Even without this luxury disease, fast fashion products are not designed for long-term use, so they may not be durable. A piece of clothing might not last long, from being unpacked to being sent to a landfill. Such clothing costs consumers only $10 per item. But what is the cost to humans and the earth from production, packaging, shipping, and disposal? Upon calculation, it might far exceed what is generally imagined. Ethical consumption is gradually gaining attention, and when calculating value for money, externalities should also be considered. Language, economic structures, consumption patterns, and matters worthy of human attention are all evolving. We don't need to chase trends like fashion stores changing seasons, as that would be thoughtless. What's worth reflecting on is whether we can discern the times and continually get transcendence in our thinking. Only then can we find inner peace in a rapidly changing world. If you have any idea or like this video, please comment, like, subscribe and share. I'll be grateful if you become a member on Patreon, making us go even further. See you on the next video.